Good afternoon, students. So, in the previous class, what we have discussed, meaning, definition, and concept scope of management, we have discussed. So, today we are going to discuss the principles of management. Okay. So, actually, principles of management is given by whom? By the Henry Fayol. So, Henry Fayol is nothing but he is called as a father of the modern management science. He is called as a father of the modern management science. Okay. So, here let us discuss regarding the Henry Fayol here. Henry Fayol actually he was born in France in 1841. Okay, he has graduated in 1860 and joined as a mining engineer in French mining company and rose to the position to its chief managing director. Nothing but actually what happened means he has graduated in 1860, okay, and joined as a mining engineer in French mining company, and after that later on he has gone to the position of chief managing director. Okay, so after working so many of years, what happened is through his experience he has nothing but he has written the 14 principles of management. Nothing but by doing all these things, so how to manage the company, how to manage the organization. So he has given the 14 principles. Those 14 principles itself is called as a Henry Fayol 14 principles. Henry Fayol 14 principles of management. Okay, so today we will discuss about regarding these principles of management here. So first one, division of work. First one is division of work. So why division of work is a principle of management? Because here means, see here, so if suppose any work is there, if the work is given to one person means what happens, total burden will be only on that one person. So that's why here he has suggested that the work which is there, that should be divided, okay, according to the number of employees the work should be divided, and according to the specialization the work should be divided. Okay, nothing but one person should not take total burden. So here what happens means, if a manager is there, he has to take his work up to his task he has to complete his work. Under manager there will be a supervisors, foremen, or else assistant managers will be there. So here what happens means the work is divided to them. Here nothing but the manager, he himself, he can't work, he can't see, and he can't do everything. Okay, he can't complete the work everything. So here the work which is given by the higher authorities to the manager what he will do means he will divide the work to his subordinates. So in that way he can complete the work accurately. Okay, accurately he will complete his work. Okay, next one, second one, parity between authority and responsibility. So parity between authority and responsibility is nothing but, so here what happens means if authority is there, with authority even the responsibility should be also there. Okay, so here what is the difference between authority and responsibility is nothing but if authority is there, even the responsibility should be there. If in a particular person the authority is given, we should not show only authority, even he should act, even he should complete his work. Nothing but authority and responsibility should go side by side. Okay, if manager is there, what he will do, he will allocate the work to his subordinates. Also assistant managers, he will allocate it. Later on what he has to do, he should not show only authority on his subordinates, even his responsibility will be that the subordinates should complete their work within a time. Okay, so here that's why authority should be with the responsibility. That is the second point. Next one, coming to the discipline. So here discipline, already regarding the discipline we have discussed. So what is the meaning of discipline here means nothing but if we have done any work, that work should be in a disciplined manner. Okay, discipline means nothing but obedience, respect regarding the work, observation, and the rules which are framed by the organization. Those rules all should be followed. Okay, so that is called as a discipline. So here what happens means, first of all the higher authorities, they have to see that the employees are working as per the rules which are given by the organization. Yes or no? So in that way what happens means discipline is compulsory. If discipline is not there means what happens, the goal which they have fixed, that goal may not be completed. If any person or else if anyone or not doing their work in that disciplined manner, then automatically there should be a punishment also. And if anyone is working with good, nothing but efficiently, is if any employee is working efficiently, then there should be reward also. Okay, next one, coming to the fourth one, unity of command. Unity of command means nothing but compulsory a superior, you should have a command on his subordinates. You should have a command on his subordinates. Okay, the orders which are received by the superior, those orders should be completed by whom? By the subordinates. So that's why unity of command is also a principle. Next one, unity of direction. Unity of direction is nothing but, so here unity of direction, it implies that there should be a one head and one plan for a group of activities. One head and one plan for a group of activities. So why it is called? Because for a particular subordinate, there should be only one boss. So why there should be only one boss means, if there is only one boss, the person, nothing but the employee or the subordinate, he will listen the words of only that one boss. If two or three bosses are there, so what happens here? The employee, he doesn't know that which person's work he has to listen. So nothing but here, unity of direction is nothing but there should be a one person. There should be only a one person for a nothing but one boss. There should be only one boss for a one particular group of activities. Okay, next one, coming to the sixth one, subordination of individual interest to general interest. So subordination of individual interest to general interest means, see, listen here. If a person is working in the organization, so here what happens means, particular person will be more efficient and some other may be less efficient. Okay, some persons, they will show more interest in the work, some persons will be more interest in the work. So here what happens means, here a group of employees will be there. So sometimes even the superiors, they have to listen the words of the subordinates also. Even they have to listen the words of the subordinates also. That is called subordination of individual interest to general interest. Nothing but a particular person is saying any good thing regarding the organization, regardless regarding the work. If you suppose he is saying anything, okay, those words should be listened by the higher authorities. Higher authorities. Okay, so here what happens means, if a supervisor or else if a manager, he is listening the words of the subordinates, and even he has to see that the words which has said by the subordinate, those are correct or wrong. Nothing but he has to verify it. He has to verify it. Okay, so here what happens means, sometimes even, why? Because the subordinates, they will be knowing the work, regarding the work they will be knowing more than the other persons. So that's why what happens, the superiors, they have to listen the words of the subordinates, and they have to verify, and later on they have to implement it. Okay, that is called subordinate of individual interest to the general interest. Next one, fair remuneration to workers. Fair remuneration to workers means, remuneration is nothing but a salary, nothing but as per their designation, as per their work, as per their economical conditions, cost of living, okay, as per the state. Okay, here what happens means, the remuneration should be decided. Here. Okay, if manager is if organization is paying good remuneration, automatically the employees will work more efficiently. Once again I will repeat, the remuneration should be fixed. As per the cost of living, as per the demand of labor, as per the general economic conditions, as per the current state of business. Okay, and the value of the employee. By taking all those situations, they have to fix the remuneration. Next one, effective centralization. So here, effective centralization means, actually what is the meaning of centralization means, the work or else the organization will be only under one man control. Okay, nothing but under top management it will be. That is called as a centralization here. Okay, nothing but total organization. Here total organization will be under the control of top management. Actually we have 3 levels of management: top, middle and lower level. So here what is happening, effective centralization. If top level management is good, they are working more better, then automatically what happens, the middle level and lower level, they will work more effectively. Okay, so here what happens means, actually it is a fail opinion. What is opinion means that centralization, and in organization there will be a centralization and decentralization. Decentralization is nothing but the work is divided into different departments. That is called as a decentralization. Centralization means nothing but total control of the organization will be in the hands of the top management. So as per the situation, whether it is centralization or decentralization, they have to follow. Okay, next one, scalar chain. Actually, what is the meaning of scalar chain means, here in an organization superiors will be there. Okay, nothing but top level, middle level and lower level. So we will be having the 3 levels of management. So here, if suppose a subordinate, he want to communicate with the other department, so what happens? First of all, he has to give the information to whom? To his superiors. From his the superior again he has to give information to whom? To his superior. In that way they have to give the information. So here what happens? One superior to another, but it will take more time to communicate with the other department. So for this purpose, Henry Fair, what he has said means, he has developed a scalar chain. In that scalar chain, what he has said? Gangplank. So gangplank means what? Means, here I will example here. So here A is a higher authority, top level. Okay, if suppose any information from F, if suppose it has to go to the other department, to LMF. Here B, C, D, E, F is one department, L, M, N, and O, P is another department. So if suppose here F, he want to communicate with P. If suppose F is there, he want to communicate with P, so first of all he has to communicate with E. Again E has to give the information to D. From D it has to go to the C. From C it has to go to the B. From B again it has to go to the A. From A it has to go to the L. In that way, from L it has to go to the M. F after M, N. After N, O. From after O it has to go to the P. So it will take it is nothing but it's a long process. So that's why fail what has said means, to avoid that long process and to communicate directly with other department, he has introduced a gangplank here. This is nothing but directly from F to P. He can communicate. This dotted line is there. F to P he can communicate. Why? Because to avoid all the delays. This is called as a scalar chain. Have you understood, ma? So F he can directly, by this gangplank, F he can directly communicate with the P. Okay, so this is called as a scalar chain. Okay, next one, order. So here what is the meaning of order? See, so order is nothing but a principle of order implies that right man in the right job, okay, in the right place, okay. So why they are calling it as order means, if suppose a production department is there, in production department who are required? A production manager is required. So the person who is more effective in that field, only that person should be appointed. So that is called as a right man. Okay, that is called a right man. And the person who is qualified in that, production department, and it's nothing but he should know everything regarding the production. So that is called as a right man in the right job. So nothing but who is more efficient, and who is more efficient in that production department, only that person should be appointed. That person is called as a right man in the right job. And he should use, in production department is nothing but it is a manufacturing department, and he should use the material as per the requirement. Okay, so here material also, you should see that as per the requirement only he has to purchase the material as per the requirement. He should not wait, nothing but here he is as a production manager, he has to take care that the raw material which he is purchased, that raw material should not be wasted, and the raw material is used perfectly. The raw material which they have produced, it should be used perfectly. Okay, next one, coming to the equity. So what is the meaning of equity means, here what happens means, the higher authorities, they should somewhat they should kindness they should have, somewhat kindness they should have. They should not show any they should not give any partiality to a particular person. So all of them, all our employees, they have to see in that way, that in an equal manner, nothing but even the work should be divided, as per their designation and as per their efficiency. In that way the work should be divided. For a particular person they should not give more work, for a particular person they should not give a less work. So in that way they have to allocate the work. That is called as an equity. Next one, coming to the stability in the tenure of person. Stability in the tenure of person. So stability in the tenure of personnel means, Seema, here in this, nothing but if a person is appointed, here. So here what happens means, if the particular person is working more efficiently, if a particular person is working more efficiently, what happens? We can reward him, or else next what happens? We can give a promotions to that particular person. Yes or no? So here, listen, afterwards what happens means, if suppose a particular person is appointed, particular person is appointed, so here what they have to see, if a particular person is appointed means, even the organization after appointing a particular person, they have to give a training. They have to give a training regarding that organization, or else regarding the works, but regarding their work they have to give a training. Okay, if they are not giving any training regarding the work, so automatically what happens now, there will be a bad name to the organization. If any person, okay, he is well professionalized in work, but also for that person they have to give a training regarding the organization, also regarding the work they have to give the training. Okay, if they are not providing any training, what happens? It will show an effect to the management and even to the organization. Okay, next one, 13th one is initiative. So initiative is nothing but power of thinking. Okay, if suppose suddenly they want to change, suddenly something has occurred in the organization and they want to change anything planned suddenly, so what happens? That initiative they have to take. Okay, before itself they have planned for a particular work. So by what happened, something has occurred, some damage or occurred, something has occurred, so else some machinery has been dropped out. Okay, in that situations immediately they have to take a step and they have to do the work. Okay, next one, esprit de corps. So here esprit de corps means nothing but teamwork. There should be a cooperation between the employees. How many of them are working in the organization? With all of them there should be a teamwork among the members. Okay, so here what happens means, esprit de corps is nothing but it is called as a devotion of a group. Nothing but if suppose we want to achieve our goal, all the employees has to work very hard. So here regarding this, the manager or else the higher authorities, they have to see that the employees who are working under them, they should not feel, they should not go to under that situation that if we are working more hard also they are not paying anything. In that way they should not see. Okay, so here what happens means, even morally they have to support the employees, physically, morally, in all the ways they have to support the employees. Here there should not be any abuse in the organization, there should not be any abusers in the organization. Okay, here if employees are facing any problem also, the higher authorities, they have to communicate with them and they have to solve the problems. So that is called as esprit de corps. Okay, so these are the 14 principles, 14 principles of management which are given by the Henry Fayol. Okay, thank you.